For centuries, many have believed that the words Jew and Bani Israel mean the same thing. But in truth, this is a mistake we make almost every day. The two terms are far from identical, and their difference is rooted deep in the ancient history of the Middle East. Nearly 4,000 years ago, Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, first settled in the land we now call Palestine, then known as Canaan. He had two sons, Ismail, peace be upon him, and Ishaq, peace be upon him. According to the Torah, God promised both sons that their descendants would become great nations, vast in number. Ismail, peace be upon him, settled in Makkah in Arabia, a story well known to history. Ishaq, peace be upon him, however, remained in Palestine. His son, Jacob, peace be upon him, also known as Israel, became the patriarch of 12 sons. These 12 sons were the forefathers of the Bani Israel. Yaqub, peace be upon him, loved his son Joseph, peace be upon him, dearly, a fact that stirred jealousy among his brothers. The events that followed are well known. Yusuf, peace be upon him, was taken to Egypt, where after many trials, he rose to become the Grand Vizier. Years later, famine struck the region, and Yusuf, peace be upon him, brought his entire family from Palestine to Egypt. Over time, the descendants of these 12 brothers flourished in every field: trade, agriculture, business, much as Jewish communities often become among the most powerful in any nation they live in today. But their growing influence alarmed the pharaohs. Oppression began, and eventually, the Bani Israel were enslaved. 4 centuries later, God raised a leader from the tribe of Levi, Prophet Musa, Moses, peace be upon him, who led the 12 tribes out of Pharaoh's bondage. But when commanded by God to enter and conquer Palestine, the Bani Israel refused. They were a people whose minds, not just their bodies, had been shaped by generations of slavery. For this disobedience, God decreed that they would wander in the desert for 40 years, long enough for the slave-born generation to pass away, replaced by one raised in freedom. Under new leadership, the next generation entered Palestine and captured Jerusalem. Centuries later, God chose another prophet from the tribe of Judah, Dawud, David, peace be upon him, who reconquered Jerusalem. His son, Sulaiman, Solomon, peace be upon him, built the first grand temple. At this time, the tribe of Judah became the most powerful among the Bani Israel. But after Sulaiman's, peace be upon him, death, his son Rehoboam lacked his father's wisdom. Civil war broke out. 10 tribes broke away to form the Kingdom of Israel, leaving only the tribes of Judah and Benjamin together. This division weakened them, and God's judgment came in the form of the Neo-Assyrian Empire, which destroyed the northern kingdom and scattered the 10 tribes. These 10 lost tribes vanished into history, many settling east of the Euphrates, their culture and religion gradually changing. Only Judah and Benjamin remained true to the old faith, and because the ruling tribe was Judah, they became known as Yehudi. Jews. Through the centuries, many groups have claimed descent from the lost tribes. Among them, the Pashtuns hold one of the strongest claims, a belief even acknowledged by some Jewish scholars, noting similarities in customs and traditions. But scientific proof remains elusive. Eventually, even Judah and Benjamin fell. The Babylonian King Nebuchadnezzar conquered Jerusalem, destroyed Solomon's temple, and took the Jews into captivity. 70 years later, the Persian ruler Cyrus the Great freed them, allowing them to rebuild the temple. But centuries later, the Romans destroyed it once more. Today, only one wall remains, the Western Wall, a sacred site for Jews worldwide, much like the Kaaba for Muslims. Yet despite their wealth and power, Jews have not rebuilt the temple. Why? Because their belief holds that only when their Messiah comes will the Bani Israel be reunited, even the 10 lost tribes, many of whom are now Muslim, to form a united kingdom of Israel once more, as in the days of Solomon, peace be upon him. Until then, they wait, a wait that has lasted for over 2,000 years. Don't forget to leave a like, comment down your thoughts below, and subscribe to the channel.